Almost missed this.
Seriously? But, Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How could you only be telling me this now?
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
But what about my film?
Well, I'm afraid you'll...
Oh.
Hey, isn't that Xavier? So he's back in Fontaine now. Xavier!
Oh, why, if it isn't the dear Traveler and Paimon. I really didn't expect to bump into you here at this time. Well, I was doing just fine until I received some terrible news just now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard times
something in the
and
background.
is no longer able to provide the promised amount of
really
funds.
know what that is, but...
Can't you just find a different...
Unfortunately, that's not...
The Fontanalia Film Festival?
Oh, is this your first time participating in Fontaine's Fontanalia? The Fontanalia Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids, and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria. The holiday is deeply connected to the founding of Fontaine, as well as its unique laws and trials.
But what's with that weird expression on your face? It's like you're trying really hard to remember something.
Well,
either way, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lille.
Yes, those are festivals of a similar variety. Who doesn't like a good festival? And just like those of other nations, Fontaine will hold a plethora to commemorate the Loch. But a few years ago...
Really doesn't...
The whole thing seems more akin to a carnival now, and it's quite popular among the kids. Every year you can hear a...
Oh, that's...
Yes, it appears I've strayed off topic. The Fontanalia Film Festival is an event proposed by the Fontaine Film Association this year. Now that during this time...
The what award?
The Farina Award. You know, after the Hydro Archon. They coined it while Lady Farina was still in power, but even though things have changed, no one... Perhaps everyone still thinks of it as a pretty appropriate... Oh, but...
Chiori? Sam?
Yes, that's her. I am...
Oh, Paimon!
How to describe her? Her remarkable designs have led... Anyway, Chiori is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma. Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such an international cast for the film. She really is a kind soul.
Who are the actors from Inazuma?
Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus? Judging from the time, the...
Oh boy. Oh my god. Not that one. What's the one? What's the one? Oh my god. I have like too many of those. Oh, whoops.
Reduced to just standing
Oh, well.
around. How absurd.
It's this one. Oh, she's pretty.
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. Oh,
Allow me to introduce you.
pleased to meet you.
Likewise, we've heard the...
Why, thank you. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well...
Ugh.
I know.
Yes, there's no doubt.
But how could I pass it up?
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself... The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of Mora, so...
Ooh.
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up...
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
What? You're saying...
No, that's not what I'm... The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora.
Really? Then where do you live? We Melusines live in Mercy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right?
We are so thoughtful. But some Melusines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived. But I haven't even finished chatting with Abel yet. I also enjoyed Abel's introductions to Fontaine along the way.
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on this aqua bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine.
Chiori!
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even...
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said...
Oh? It's the Traveler! And Paimon! Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
Sorry.
But I'm not in...
About that, I mean, how was I supposed... So I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to...
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here. But you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, so you all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this? Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up
Huh?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious...
Very well. Then please.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are. And there's the fountain that... And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
Ah, yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment, shall we?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew. A lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right?
Originally, I was planning...
Oh?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It said that Fontaine's...
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court...
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to get...
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the...
What? No!
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders, and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past.
Indeed.
I understand.
Not at all. This film will serve as... If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
All right.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand.
Me too. Even though...
You are too kind, all of you.
Ew. All right, enough about that. Now that we... So, instead of...
Oh, but how can we help?
All right. Pull yourself together, Xavier.
All right. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I...
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapperboard to record and organize the information of each shot.
A clapperboard? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
Yes, that's right.
For sure!
All right, then you'll be our clapper loader.
Oh, fine by me.
Oh, she's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the Traveler's journey across Teyvat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job? Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
Oh, jeez.
So, all that's left for us to find...
Oh, me! I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right?
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known...
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe with...
do you really...
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon?
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago and...
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect. Don't let her former identity intimidate you.
Fine, you're right. Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Farina's residence.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with it. Just leave this task to me.
Very well. Then...
I'll go with you. But
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so...
All right, then I'll start making preparation.
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontanalia mousse?
But wouldn't that be a little too cheap? She does like desserts.
Isn't the Fontanalia festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for us to do something like that.
I agree with Yoimiya.
Alright then, let's go buy some...
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of...
You're right. We need to
Huh? You want something even sweeter than Fontanalia mousse?
Yes. We'll need a gift that...
Well, look at that!
Your words of praise.
We're here! This is where Farina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Coming. Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea? Hello. Oh, is that the Traveler and Paimon I see behind you?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something? Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know. Huh? Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea. No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady...
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontanalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama,
Oh.
I would like to ask that you serve as the director
Stop
of our
it.
film crew.
Well, if anyone did hear, like, in the background what that noise was, I can't tell.
But didn't
I
you just
don't know
say
what
that you're a
that
director?
noise
Yes,
was.
but for...
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film? Yep, we sure are. Paimon, camera operator. That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself. If she can satisfy you with her camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team.
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. All right, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards. Very good. It's essential for... Are you ready? I have high standards. Okay. Grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Oh my god, that's loud. Sorry. Oh. Wouldn't this be the same thing? I'm not good at doing this. What'd that say? Yes. Oh. That one seems better for that one. Doesn't go with that one. That one. That one goes better with that one.
Oh, it appears that you have more skill than I thought. All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
Yeah! Does that mean you agree to be our director, Farina?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know. In fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
Well, what about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the...
Well, I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervilat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot.
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask.
Oh, our script is an adaptation.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, so Farina's ready.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either.
So, are you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's all right. The hen, Mr.
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see.
Absolutely, no problem.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined.
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And there's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have all... And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle...
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Glorand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the character.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilat's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end...
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of...
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the special...
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is...
But I imagine the special...
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time...
Then I'll leave that to you.
No problem.
having Farina join...
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. I'll be sure to ask some people...
Seems like you're finally...
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres is today.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our two lead actors? Didn't they try...
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural
What? So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid.
I already knew Xavier from before. And he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier.
All right, this is the place. She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her!
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her.
Working?
Just trust me.
Oh, alright, let's see what... Chiori sure is a mysterious person.
The court of Fontaine, even a local like me.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes...
Which is exactly what...
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice. Halt!
Huh?
Hand over whatever you're...
Oh, it's...
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a...
Excuse me.
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get... I am Chevras, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the...
All right. But... Why, you...
Save it for the interrogate... Take them away, Letelier.
What's going on here? 1 second you're reading a book and the next...
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with... maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vache has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synth still circulating on the market. Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guy. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Xavier.
Hey, I'm Chevras. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating.
Yeah. Why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to...
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevras. But instead...
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
But you knew they wouldn't...
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping... Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask me about?
Oh, you see, it's like...
The Two Musketeers. So what do you need me to do? Just...
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time.
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Huh?
Really? You're willing to help us?
Sure, it's no big deal. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
Oh my! I can
Calm down, Xavier. The film is... Still, I should also head back now. And start...
Alright, guess that's it for you.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. Yep, see you tomorrow.
So what did you want to tell us?
Have you read The Two Musketeers? The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron, and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing on. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained day and night, eventually becoming adept musketeers. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep. The Baron got what he deserved for his evil deed.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to...
You could say it was one of...
Oh, you mean...
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was... You've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions. Yes, you're as sharp as... There's been a recent murder case.
Huh? Really?
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released...
A murder involving firearms?
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the...
Huh?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. I'm aware this might not be the idea. Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm concerned about the similarity.
You mean, they might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow, and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
What do you think, Traveler? Yeah, you're right.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's otherwise, when the moment comes...
Alright.